The knowledge of God is shining. The knowledge is shining. Worker, you are the worker. The Karma Yoga is with you, the body. Use your hands, legs, walking, talking, singing, whatever that you do it with your body. That's it. The God inside of you is the guide. He's guiding you towards victory. Don't bother your head about it. Just keep on working. Take help of this God inside because He's all effulgent, all powerful. He knows everything. We're doing chapter 5, Bhagavad Gita, verse 15. The omnipresent God does not partake the virtue or sin of anyone. Knowledge is enveloped by ignorance. Hence it is that beings are constantly falling a prey to delusions. I mean, this is exactly what we have been doing all these, days. That just understand this, that everything that happens in the world, God is not even a part of it. We have to attribute it. See, there is two things to it. Just now, some of you are staying in India, some of you are staying abroad. Wherever you all are staying, are you supposed to follow the law of the land? It's a well-known fact. Is there a leader of the state over there? Very much so. Are you supposed to be a law-abiding citizen over there? Of course. Now, can you say the head of the state is pushing me towards this law or is telling me I have to do? There is nothing like he is telling you. So if there is a head of state in America or Canada or UK or India, wherever, the head of the state is not telling, putting a gun against your head, if you have to do it like this. No, the laws are already written. Whether it is an income tax law, criminal law or whatever law that is there, it is already written. The idea is you should know it and you should follow it to the T. Now suppose you don't. Suppose you are taking the law in your own hands and you don't pay income tax, or you perform a heinous act of some kind of a deadly act. Naturally, you will be coming under the law of taxations. The first one will come under the law of taxation, and if you have not paid the tax, the government has all the authority in the world to put you in jail. Understood? Now, where is the head of the state concerned over here? Nowhere. Secondly, suppose you perform a very dangerous act. Maybe you are performing a terrorism act in a country. The country's head is not going to do anything. The law will take its own course. The law will put you behind bars, maybe hang you or maybe put you in an electric chair or something may happen to you. Now, where is the head of the state concerned? Where is the main machinery concerned? It is a rule book. So please understand, the karma book, the book of karma is already written. The Vedas and the Shastras and the law, everything is already there. It exists. You just have to follow the path. When you follow the path, you will get the results which are prescribed in the book. Got it? So where is the God concerned over here? God is nowhere concerned. He has written the law, you just follow the law. When you follow the law, you will end up at certain place. You do good in this world, you will end up doing something, you will get the benefits of it. If you do something bad in this world, supposedly the bad aspect of it, naturally you are going to get what is due to you. So that is the reason why Sri Krishna is telling Arjuna, the omnipresent God does not partake of virtue or sin. He doesn't partake in it. He doesn't even take part in it. You got it? He is not involved in it. Knowledge is enveloped by ignorance. This is the reason why people start blaming God for all the problems in their life. Is because the knowledge which they have, like I already said, you have the knowledge. That knowledge has been covered by ignorance. You have become a duffer, an ignorant person, so you keep on blaming God for all your troubles. Why is God not giving me money? Why is God putting me through all this bad stuff in this world? Why is God giving me these troubles? You see, every human being has this habit of talking like this. You know, I am in deep trouble just now. I don't have the money. Well, why is God concerned with it? Is He involved in your action? Here the verse is very clear. The omnipresent God does not partake of your sin or the virtue. Whatever good that comes out of it or whatever sin that you do, God is not involved in it. If you are going through your troubled times, it is because of some past karmas that you have done. Please understand this. It is not because some God somewhere is sitting and saying, okay, I will throw fire and brimstone on this person. Nobody is going to say that. No God does this. God is a benevolent being. He just keeps a watch on you. That's it. It's only when things go out of hand that God Himself has to come on this earth to rectify some things. That is a different story. But here the answer lies in this statement where do not blame God for everything. Please never blame God for you have done something wrong, you have not given me money. My brother has got more money than me. Why? He's got a better job. That person is having his wife is so beautiful, mine is so horrible looking. What is this? I mean, what are you talking about? Somebody has got children and somebody doesn't have children. If somebody has children, they are feeling, why that fellow doesn't have any children, he's so happy. And somebody who doesn't have children will feel, oh, that fellow is so happy, he's got children, I don't have any children. It is always the grass looks greener on the other side. You understand? So, again, another story. Some people feel so jealous. Oh, he's gone to America. He's got a big job over there. He's settled down over there. Indians have this dirty habit of talking like this. I want to go abroad, earn lot of money. Sir, wherever you go, you are just a servant. You are no great sheikhs. Either you do servant job in India, the cost of a servant is 2,000, 3,000 rupees. Okay? If you keep a housemaid in India, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 at the max. The same in America will cost you maybe $2,000, $5,000. It's in dollar terms here, in Indian rupees terms. So whether you are earning in India you are earning 1 lakh rupees, okay? And in America you are earning $100,000. What is the big deal in that? You are still a bloody servant. You are nobody. You understand a servant? You are just a servant. A person may be a CEO of a big organization. You think he is not a servant? He is still a servant of his, chairman, directors, and all the shareholders. And who is the servant of shareholders? I mean, is a shareholder a servant? Of course, he is a servant of his wife maybe. Or maybe of her husband. Or maybe of the children. So everybody is a servant of everybody. Nobody is independent. So this understanding that somebody is having something much better is wrong. There's a person whom I know, a small example. This person earns a lot of money. Okay? Now this person has been staying abroad for I think 25, 30 years now. So every month, clockwork precision, this person will send money. Now this person 2-3 years ago thought, maybe I just want to take a break. Where is the question of taking a break when you have an autistic child? The child has grown up. You think you can take a break in your life? So going abroad and earning a big amount of money compared to the Indian this thing is not good. You can't see your child. You can't even understand. So this idea nobody has. People think always the bread is buttered on the other side, not on my side. I am having only a dry slice to eat. So this, God is not responsible for this. Please remember this. God is not responsible. Don't put the responsibility at his feet. He is not giving me money. He is not doing this. He is not doing that. What do you mean by he is not doing all that? Well, it is your karma. If you really want to do, did I not explain to you in the previous verses that it is you who has to do the job? The choice is with you, not with anybody else. So please always take that thing that the choice is with me. I am the one responsible. I can use my body to earn some living. Yes, I can do some work. I can grow in my life. The same person using the same mind can say, I am the most miserable person in the world. I don't have any money. I am just like a bhikari over here. A bhikari means a beggar. Nobody cares for me. Nobody. This is called an ego of the second order. The first order is a bloated ego. This is a deflated ego. It is still an ego. An ego which says, I am the worst creature on earth. Does it start with I? So it's ego. It's a deflated ego. The biggest ego in the world is deflated ego. People don't think that this ego is there, but it is there. So God is not responsible. Always, please don't blame God for anything. Okay. Knowledge is covered by ignorance. Person who keeps on blaming God or giving him all the credit or doing whatever that is there, all nonsensical stuff. When I said giving credit means what, God gave him money, I did not get it. So they are crediting God over there. God is partial to that person, In my world of spirituality, I have people who will say, you gave that person enlightenment, you gave that person knowledge, you gave that karma, destiny. That is how it works. And by the way, enlightenment is not given, it is earned. I hope you understand. Earned is a different word than, given. Alright? Earned means what? There is a reason why it is given. It goes to that person. Not because somebody is favoring or something like that. There is nothing like this. People love to blame God for everything. Okay, period. So, people fall to delusions. The beings are constantly falling prey to delusions. We get deluded by this world and say, God, you are not doing anything for me. What is the point in praying to you? I have had many people in my world who keep on saying, I don't want to pray to your God. The reason why? He doesn't give me anything. Oh, the God is sitting over there. Okay, one for you, one for you, one for you. Is that what he's good? He's doing or what? He's not here doing all that kind of nonsense. But people love to blame, and we should never do. Because God does not partake of anything. Your karma does, you do, your choices are important. So take a choice, make a choice. Alright? So we move to the next verse. So we are going to verse number 16. Right. In the case, however, of those whose said ignorance has been destroyed by true knowledge of God, that wisdom, shining like the sun, reveals the Supreme. So, if a person understands what I taught in the previous verse, knowledge will shine. Person will know. He will understand. He will understand what? It is my karma. It is my duty. I have to do a duty. The duties have been already defined by God. You know, I told you, book is already written. Huh? So don't say, book is not written. The book is already written. So the book of knowledge is already there. As per the knowledge book, my job is this. Whatever the job that is there, I am supposed to perform. Never blame God and never ask Him for anything. What is the point in asking God for anything? He is going to give me as per my karma only, isn't it? Simple. God always gives as per your karmic debt. Whatever the debt might be, He is going to give you exactly the way it is programmed in your life. And that is the reason why we should always be very careful in what we do, how we ask. So, Sri Krishna says to Arjuna, for those people who have understood this and they have wiped out the ignorant layer, which means they have removed this level of ignorance from their life by becoming knowledgeable. The knowledge shines like this. Well, I have given an explanation of how knowledge shines. You take a tube light or take a bulb, you have a bulb, cover it with layers and layers and layers of brown paper. I don't know how many of you have seen wars. Hardly anybody must have seen wars. There may be one or two people who have seen wars. Okay, old fellows like me will see war. Okay, now you have to understand what happens at the time of war. At the time of war, human beings, well, everybody who is staying in a house, they have bulbs, they have tubes and all that at home. We are supposed to buy black paper from outside. Black paper. And we are or brown paper, whichever. And cover the bulb up. Okay. All the bulbs have to be covered by this brown or black paper. All the windows, whatever windows are there, we have to put black paper on that. Okay. So during the war, this is what happens. So what happens is, when the enemy plane comes to bombard your place, if they see a light shining somewhere, they will throw the bomb over there. So if you put on your light and the light is visible outside, the enemy comes to know, so they bomb that place and go. These are the enemy planes that come. So now think like that. So this, most of you have not experienced. I have experienced and I have gone through this. So I am just telling you, it's one of the snippets from the past. So in Mumbai, we had to do this. And every time when something like this happens, the whole of the city would black out. That is called a blackout. So the whole city would be blacked out. In Mumbai, we have had various bombs being thrown by the Pakistanis in the past. Okay. So yeah, that is what happens. So coming back to our story, a bulb covered by this black paper and put in a box, like you get Amazon boxes, put it in a box. The wires are connected and you have no idea whether the button is on or not on, because the button is also in some place. Now tell me whether the bulb is on or not on. No idea of knowing. There is a very beautiful theory which you should go and read. It is called the Schrodinger's cat. Okay, right? You should go and read about it. Schrodinger's cat. It's a very beautiful theory. Go and read it. I'm not going to explain. So whether the bulb is on or not on, we have no idea. So what you do is you remove all the coverings one by one. Finally, you come to know that the bulb is on or something. Like that, knowledge is inside of you. It is covered by these layers and layers and layers of ignorance. Till you do not remove the layers, how is that knowledge going to come out? So those who follow this path have to remove these layers of ignorance. That is what he says. Who said ignorance has been destroyed by true knowledge of God. So the true knowledge is within you. That will shine. That wisdom shining like the sun reveals the Supreme. The God inside you shines bright. Then you know. Now ask yourself this question. So, who are you blaming? The God is inside of you only. Okay? This God whom you are saying, you don't give me money. Sir, the God is inside of you. Ask him for money. Got it or no? It's a simple equation. Say, God, inside of me, can we make money? So you will come up with a good plan for making money, because now your collaboration is with God, isn't it? So the God which is inside of you is going to now become your main collaborator. And then he will say, okay, come on, let us plan for this victory of ours. So then you sit with God and then you do a beautiful plan. But you see, God is working, he is giving you all the inputs, but lazy you is not working. God says, move your hands, move your legs, do something with your life. And this poor fellow doesn't even act. He just sits in one place. God inside of me, give me a rain of money. The God inside of you is not going to give you a rain of money, okay? You have to work for it. Work your hands, your legs, your brain. Everything has to work properly. He is only going to give you the techniques, the technology, the knowledge. See, knowledge of God. Did you see this? The knowledge of God is shining. The knowledge is shining. Worker, you are the worker. The karma yoga is with you, the body. Use your hands, legs, walking, talking, singing, whatever that you do it with your body. That's it. The God inside of you is the guide. He's guiding you towards victory. Don't bother your head about it. Just keep on working. Take help of this God inside, because he's all effulgent, all powerful. He knows everything. I hope you understood this verse. Okay, now we go to the next one. We are doing chapter 5, verse 17 of the Bhagavad Gita. Those whose mind and intellect are wholly merged in him, who remain constantly established in identity with him, and have finally become one with him. Their sins being wiped out by wisdom, reach the supreme goals whence there is no return. This is a verse which will tell you the mind and the intellect. The moment you understand from the previous verse, God is within you, he is the knowledgeable one, your job is to work for him. Did you get it? You have to work for him. Why are you saying I am working for some boss somewhere, or some company somewhere, or some human being somewhere? This is something which you should not say. You are working for the God within. This is the ultimate knowledge. Your job is to work for the God within, because this God has become all powerful. Now if there is a God within, do you remember there are the 5 sheaths? And 3 bodies? We have done these 5 sheaths, 3 bodies. So 5 sheath food body, like the food, sheath food, mind, intellect, all that kind of. And then there are those 3 bodies. The 3 bodies which we did was the gross body, correct? Then it was the subtle body, and then the causal body. 3 bodies we have done. Did I not tell you that God doesn't live in any of these? God lives beyond these bodies. The soul is beyond the bodies. It has nothing to do with the bodies. Bodies is just a vessel, a bottle, a container. The container is not supposed to be, it's only supposed to do what it is supposed to do. Container contains. God is within you. None of these bodies is God. Alright? I hope you understood this. He's beyond that. That is why he's called the Paramatma. The Jeev Atma is inside of you, which is a part of Paramatma. We have done a verse where he says, Arjuna, you will see first God in you, and the second step is you will see God in the whole universe. This verse we have done before. So understand this verse, apply this verse over here, so the God within you shines. When he shines, I want you to think. You have a layer in you which is called a mind layer and which is called the layer of intellect. Do you have that? The body has an ego also. If you say I do or I did, this mind and intellect is taking the credit. Not the God within. God is not taking. Remember the previous verse what we did? Don't attribute anything to God. Correct? Isn't that what he says? I am not involved in any action. Who is involved in the action? You. Now put all these verses in a stack like a sandwich. You know sandwich? Multi-layer sandwich. And I want you to think about all these 3, 4, 5, layers of sandwich are there. Let us tackle one by one the layer. First, remember, God is beyond 5 bodies. This was mentioned. Beyond these 5 sheets and 3 bodies. Right? God is not involved in any of this. Whatever happens, happens because of karma. Did you understand this? Very good. Person who knows, who has the knowledge that everything happens because of your karmic debt. Because of your karmic debt. This person should never attribute anything to God. Should not say God is responsible. He gave me. No. You have given yourself. Enlightened person knows that these 3 bodies and 5 sheets are only doing their job. Do you remember this one verse where he says, in a karma yogi and a sankhya yogi, the body, that is the organs of senses perform the actions. He does not take credit for them. Do you remember this verse? The person doesn't take credit. The organ of action, eyes will see on their own, ears will hear on their own, hands will work on their own. There is no mind and intellect working there. They are just performing their actions. When that happens, this is one more verse, one more layer of this sandwich. That means all actions that happen for a karma yogi or a jnana yogi should never be attributed to the body. Let these actions get performed. All people, everybody, they perform actions due to their own karmas. They happen. Alright? The senses work in the senses. You are not responsible for them. They are supposed to act. Automation. On automation. So it doesn't stick to you. The karma doesn't stick to you. So now when you have learnt all these verses, apply them in this. Those whose mind and intellect are wholly merged in him. The mind and intellect is not working on the outside. It is merged in the God. It is gone and rested at the feet of him. God, please, I have taken Sharan. Okay, give me that. Okay. So, these particular 2 sheets which are there, they have said, we are surrendering at your feet, God. So, my mind has surrendered to God. My intellect has surrendered to God. So, and this individual, who is constantly thinking about God. He is very clear, whatever action that happens in the world, the senses are acting according to the senses. They are allowed to act. They do whatever they want to. I'm not even taking credit for it. It happens by the will of God. Remember, the will is only what is written. It is happening just like that. JLT, just like that. So, I just have to be focused on God. See the God in yourself and the God in everyone. That one more layer of sandwich. So when you can see the God, when you're directly merged in God, are you not in automation? Because whatever is happening for the sake of automation only. It just keeps on happening, just keeps on happening. I am not taking credit for it. It is just there. It happens, it happens, it happens. Like that. So when he does this, when he is identified only with the God, his sins get wiped out. This knowledge which I gave you just now in the last 3 minutes or 4 minutes is the absolute perfect knowledge. This knowledge will make you wise. This knowledge is wisdom. Understood? This wisdom, when it comes to you, that your body has to do what your body has to do. Don't take credit for it. Don't say, I did all the time. Don't even bother so much about it. You, in turn, surrender to this God within. Let the God, I am at the feet of God, like that, So whatever happens, whether he gives money or doesn't give money, it is his will, we say, his will. Okay? I don't have to take credit for anything. So no karma of mine keeps on sticking to me. And when no karma sticks to me, all the sins get wiped away by this wisdom. I reach the supreme goal when there is no return. So I become enlightened. So the enlightenment comes to the person ASAP. Just with this wisdom. This wisdom is all that you need to have. And apply it in your life. Application is all that you have to do. So we should never blame God. Don't blame God for anything. Do what your body is supposed to do. Actions you keep on performing. Perform actions without taking onus or credit for anything. Do it in a detached manner. Okay, I'm giving you step by step. Do it in a detached manner. Don't even bother so much about I did this, somebody else did, he did this, that person is responsible for my problems. There, nobody is responsible. You are responsible yourself. So don't bother so much about it. Yeah, you have to go through life. Go through life. Okay? Live every day. Every day as if the last day of your life. Can you live like that? Live like this and you will be free. This wisdom will understand. You will be understanding all this, that finally when I surrender to God and I just do what He is telling me to do, I am free from all the sins. And once I am free from all the sins, I have reached the state of enlightenment. And that's it. I don't have to bother so much about anything. So no rebirth, nothing. So this is what we have come to, verse 17. Alright? So I will stop over here.